Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to fundamentally change the way you think about retirement. For too long, financial planning has been presented as a scary, complex math problem, a giant, intimidating number you have to hit or you fail. This approach creates anxiety, not confidence. At our practice, SafeSimpleSound, or S3 for short, we believe that's backwards. As chartered financial consultant, we've developed a framework that puts you back in control. It's a process that is safe, simple, and sound. Today, I'm going to walk you through the four core pillars of this framework: building your foundation, integrating your life, mastering your income, and creating a plan that lasts a lifetime. By the end, you'll have a complete blueprint for thinking about your own financial future with clarity and purpose. Let's begin. Everything starts with a safe foundation. The biggest mistake we see people make is starting their retirement plan with a spreadsheet. They ask, "What's my number?" before they've asked the most important question: what is the life I want to live? This is why our first S3 principle is vision first direction. We don't start with calculations. We start by drafting your personal retirement constitution. This is a foundational document that defines your why for retirement. It clarifies what a truly fulfilling life looks like for you: your values, your goals, your non-negotiables. Only when we have this vision can we use the numbers as tools to build that specific life, rather than letting a generic number dictate your future. It's about transforming sterile acronyms like retirement life expectancy into your personal freedom timeline. This makes the entire process feel secure, personal, and achievable. Let me illustrate vision first direction through a hypothetical scenario we've created for educational purposes. This fictional example demonstrates patterns we observe when couples in their early 50s face the challenge of retirement, feeling like an overwhelming and impersonal math problem. Meet David and Maria, both 52. He's an engineer, she's a nurse manager. They've saved diligently into their 401ks, but they live with a constant, low-grade anxiety. They came to a planner who told them they needed $2.5 million to retire, and the number terrified them. This educational scenario shows what it would look like if someone came to our practice with that exact anxiety. Here's what the vision first direction process would look like. Instead of opening a calculator, we would guide them through our discovery process. We wouldn't ask about their assets first. We would ask about their ideal Tuesday morning in retirement. We'd ask what legacy they want to leave, how they want to engage with their community, and what role their family plays. In this example, their vision discovery would reveal that their deepest desires are not about lavish travel, but about moving closer to their grandchildren. David wanting to mentor young engineers, and Maria wanting to volunteer at a local clinic 2 days a week. This approach would transform their question from "how do we save a scary $2.5 million" to a much more purposeful question: what financial structure do we need to support a life of family, mentorship, and service? Their target would shift from a generic, scary number to a specific, vision-aligned approach focused on funding their actual life. While this story is educational, it demonstrates how constitutional principles create a profound anxiety to empowerment transformation in real-world situations, building a plan on a foundation of safety and personal meaning. The principle we've covered now provides the framework for a retirement built on your vision, not just numbers. To help you apply this immediately, I've created the Retirement Constitution Preamble. This is a guided worksheet that walks you through the exact process of defining your core values and writing your personal mission statement. This PDF is designed to give you a tangible, stress-free starting point so you can build a truly safe foundation for your future. Whether you're ready to work with our practice or want to implement these constitutional principles yourself, the Retirement Constitution Preamble gives you the clarity you need to take the next step. See the show notes for the details. This resource provides a complete vision-setting exercise that will serve your constitutional development regardless of your next steps. It's our way of supporting your journey toward a retirement that is genuinely your own. Once your safe, constitutional foundation is in place, we can move to the next step: integration. So many people are trapped in a financial contradiction. They believe they must choose between living a full life today and saving for a secure life tomorrow. This creates guilt around spending and anxiety around saving. Our second S3 principle resolves this conflict. It's called both and solutions. The goal isn't to deprive yourself now for a future reward. The goal is to design a simple system where your current lifestyle and future security are part of the same unified plan. We do this by reframing complex ideas like the wage replacement ratio into something much more intuitive: your lifestyle continuity number. This isn't about replacing a paycheck. It's about identifying the specific amount of income needed to fund your constitutional vision, both now and in retirement, and then building a simple, automated system to make it happen without constant stress or guesswork. Here's a hypothetical scenario that demonstrates both and solutions in action. This fictional example shows patterns we see when professionals in their peak earning years struggle with that false choice between current spending and future saving. Meet Sarah, a 48-year-old marketing executive. She makes a great income, but she feels constantly conflicted. She wants to take her family on a memorable European vacation, but she also feels an immense pressure to max out every possible retirement account, leading her to do neither effectively. This educational scenario illustrates what it would look like if someone experienced this financial paralysis. The both and constitutional process would look like this. First, we would work with her to define her core values from her retirement constitution: family, experiences, and security. Then, we would create her lifestyle continuity number by analyzing her current spending, stripping out savings and work-related costs, and identifying what it truly costs to fund her ideal life. Let's say that number is $120,000 per year in today's dollars. Next, we'd establish a simple two-bucket system. Bucket 1 is for today's joy, and Bucket 2 is for tomorrow's security. Based on her income and goals, we would automate a specific, calculated amount into the tomorrow bucket each month. The rest is designated for the today bucket, guilt-free. In this example, her plan would explicitly include saving $500 a month into a separate travel fund within her today bucket. The transformation would show her previous state of anxious inaction becoming a new state of empowered clarity. She would confidently book the European trip, knowing it was part of her integrated plan, not a reckless indulgence that was stealing from her future. While this is an educational scenario, it demonstrates how powerful constitutional both-and thinking is at resolving the real financial contradictions people experience, making their financial life elegantly simple. The both-and principle we just walked through is the framework for ending the conflict between your present and future self. To help you apply this system, I've created two distinct resources. One is a practical blueprint, and the other is a powerful self-assessment. They are designed to give you a simple, actionable way to unify your financial life. Depending on where you are in your journey, you have two pathways. If you're ready to build your new budget, download the Both and Budget Blueprint. If you'd rather diagnose your current situation first, start with the Retirement Constitution Readiness Scorecard. See the show notes for the details. Each resource provides genuine insight into your financial life. The blueprint gives you a new operating system, and the scorecard gives you a clear diagnosis. Both are designed to reduce financial stress and serve your development, no strings attached. With a safe foundation and a simple, integrated plan for saving, we can now address the most critical phase for many: turning your assets into a reliable, lifelong income stream. This is where people often feel the most confused. They see a 401k, maybe an old pension, Social Security, and some other investments, and it all feels like a disconnected jumble of accounts. This brings us to our third S3 principle: integration over abandonment. A sound retirement plan doesn't rely on one single source of income, nor does it treat each source in isolation. Instead, we use our proprietary income quilt methodology to weave every single one of your income sources together. Each source, Social Security, a pension, investment withdrawals, even part-time work, is a patch. Our job is to stitch them together in the most tax-efficient and resilient way possible, creating a final quilt that is far stronger and more reliable than any single patch on its own. Let me share a hypothetical scenario that illustrates integration over abandonment through our income quilt methodology. This fictional example demonstrates patterns we observe with soon to be retirees facing the challenge of coordinating their various income sources. Meet Tom and Linda, both 64 and planning to retire next year. This educational scenario shows what it would look like if someone had their specific mix of assets. Tom has a 401k and a small pension from a former employer. Linda has a 403b and her own brokerage account, and they both have Social Security benefits. They are confused about which account to draw from first and when to claim Social Security. The integration over abandonment process, using the income quilt methodology, would involve these steps. First, we'd identify all the patches. The pension and Social Security are foundational patches, providing a baseline of guaranteed income. We would analyze the optimal Social Security claiming strategy, which, in their hypothetical case, might involve Linda claiming at 65 while Tom delays until 70 to maximize his benefit. Tom's pension would be another patch, stitched in to fill the income gap for the first few years. Then, we would coordinate withdrawals from their various investment accounts, the core patches, in a specific sequence to minimize their tax liability, perhaps drawing from the brokerage account first, then Tom's 401k, and Linda's 403b last. The transformation would show their confusion about a pile of disconnected accounts becoming absolute clarity about a single, reliable monthly retirement paycheck. Their before state of worrying about which account to touch would become an after state of seeing a beautiful, functional quilt providing warmth and security for the rest of their lives. While this story is educational, it shows how constitutional integration principles create real, sound security for people navigating the complexities of retirement income. The income quilt we've mapped out today provides the constitutional framework for a resilient retirement income strategy. To help you apply this sophisticated thinking to your own assets, I've created the Sound Income Quilt Planner. This strategic guide is designed to transform the complex puzzle of income streams into a single, coherent picture so you can create a truly sound financial future. Whether you want to implement this strategy on your own or are looking for a partner to guide you, the Income Quilt Planner gives you the professional-grade framework to begin. It will help you ask the right questions about each income source. See the show notes for the details. This resource provides strategic insights into the most critical phase of retirement planning. It demystifies the process and serves your constitutional development by empowering you with a clear, expert-level methodology. We have now built a safe foundation, a simple savings plan, and a sound income strategy. But we live in a world of constant change. What happens when life or the market throws you a curveball? The most dangerous myth in retirement is that a plan is a static document you set and forget. This leads to our final synthesizing principle: time coexistence. Your financial plan isn't a fragile blueprint. It's a living constitution. It's a resilient framework designed from the start to adapt and evolve. It has core principles that don't change, your vision, but it also has a built-in amendment process that allows us to adapt tactics without abandoning the strategy. It honors the wisdom of the past while embracing the realities of the present and the opportunities of the future. This makes your plan truly safe, simple, and sound over time. Here's a final hypothetical scenario demonstrating time coexistence through our living constitution approach. This fictional example shows patterns we observe when retirees face the challenge of adapting their plan to unexpected events. Meet our same couple from the last example, Tom and Linda, now 75 years old. The market has just gone through a significant downturn, and at the same time, they've decided they want to help their granddaughter with a down payment on her first home. This educational scenario illustrates what it would look like if someone needed to adapt their plan due to this combination of market and life changes. The Living Constitution Amendment process would work like this. Instead of panicking about the market drop and selling assets at the wrong time, we would refer back to the principles of their original constitution. Their income quilt was designed with layers of resilience. The amendment process would guide them to first rely more heavily on their foundational patches, Social Security and Tom's pension, which are unaffected by the market. We would then look at their cash reserves, another patch in the quilt designed for exactly this situation, to fund the gift to their granddaughter. This avoids selling their growth-oriented investments during a downturn. In this example, the constitutional framework would guide a calm, strategic adaptation, allowing them to support their family and protect their portfolio, resulting in a resilient outcome where their long-term security is not compromised. While this is an educational scenario, it demonstrates how constitutional time coexistence principles help real people navigate change with confidence, not fear. The living constitution principles we've covered today provide the framework for a plan that lasts a lifetime. To help you integrate everything from this series into a single, adaptable system, I've created our capstone resource, the S3 Living Constitution Framework. This comprehensive guide is designed to be your playbook for long-term stewardship so you can navigate change with confidence. This is the culmination of our entire safe, simple, and sound philosophy. For those who want the full playbook, you can download the framework. See the show notes for the details. This final resource provides our complete proprietary methodology. It's our way of supporting your journey toward a resilient financial future and demonstrating our commitment to your long-term success. So there you have it, a complete constitutional framework. We start by building a safe foundation with vision-first direction. We create a simple, integrated savings plan with both-and solutions. We weave a sound income quilt through integration over abandonment, and we ensure it lasts a lifetime by treating it as a living constitution. This is the educational generosity we believe in. Whether you work with us or not, you now have a powerful, systematic way to think about your future. Do you want to explore how these ideas might look in your own unique situation? Let's talk.